Oh, hi! I haven't done one of these in a hot minute, so let's go ahead and try it out on a oh-so-wonderful other game called Zenless Zone Zero. We're going to do some commentary on the oh-so-wonderful DA bosses. DA, for those of you who may not know, for whatever reason, is Deadly Assault. So, what's the very first thing we're doing? First is Notorious Marionette. So, what's the big thing in particular that makes Notorious Marionette an absolute humongous pain in the ass? So, the first thing in particular is you have to maintain doing a lot of damage going into the fight, as well as whenever you see a clone pop up, you have to make sure you pop that clone by either hitting it with something strong, or you just go into it, hit it before it decides to disappear. This sucks ass. Now, the other thing that you have to make sure you do is whenever the mechanic phase shows up, like this one you're seeing right here, make sure you take a very good opportunity to hit every single one of those clones with a very active hitbox. This is why based Best Girl Miyabi is probably one of the absolute best options you could ever take into Notorious Marionette. And we'll go ahead and we'll discuss our team as well. So it's Miyabi for the big dick damage, and then it's also Astra, who will surely not bite me in the ass later. That is a spoiler for going to be way further down the line. But hey, she's just there to basically give you a metric fucking shitload of attack that's going on to your stats, as well as doing a lot of just damage in general throughout the fight, because I am a filthy, disgusting whale, and a lot of these characters are M6. So, the big thing in particular is we also have Lycon here as well. The only reason why he is even there is because any and all of the stun phases that are going to be occurring on Notorious Marionette, which we are going to see some stun phases, so with him being there, we just do even more damage. So here's the strat. Basically what we're doing with Miyabi, because we're at M6, we have basic complete control over our Frostfalls, or our Foxfire, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hold down the basic attack button and do the big slashes. That's basically what it is. So we have complete control over this, and any and all times whenever you see a clone show up and you're already not in the middle of a combo like that one that you just saw right there, any and all times that you do that, you just hold down the button, bam, you'll hit a clone, and you should be able to utilize this to your fullest extent to hit the clones while also still dealing pretty big damage. Now, the only reason why this really works out is because during these stun phases, we are doing so much damage that right here, we actually almost kill the boss with 30 seconds remaining, playing very suboptimally, and also pretty much sandbagging almost throughout the entire fight. This only works because we were sandbagging so hard, and because Astra is an absolutely ludicrously broken support unit. But either way, that's Notorious Marionette. Pretty simple. Sandbag. Use Miyabi. Not lighter, but Lycon gives you extra damage. Astra is broken. Let's move on. Oh, goody. My absolute favorite boss ever. First of all, tech here. Use a trigger. Whenever there is 7 meters remaining on whenever you're going to approach, turn around, hold basic attack, and then you can flip backwards, go into it, and you can get those 4 hits onto the Typhon a whole lot easier, and you won't have to miss one of your shots. Now, that being said, let's go into what this fight is. It fucking sucks. The reason why it sucks is because any mistake you make while doing Typhon will completely brick the run if you're going for a kill. That's just the way it is, and that's how this fight works. So first and foremost, let's talk about one of the little tricks to make Typhon just a little bit better. Right here, when his arms turn blue at the end of a stun phase, he's going to jump. If you take that opportunity to use an ultimate attack, and it hits him right then and there, oh, shazams! He just completely skips that animation, and it saves you a little bit of time, and you also get some extra damage in. Now, here's the fun part. So this looks very formulaic and very easy, but at any point, and I mean any point, If you are not paying attention during his actual rotations when he's attacking you and you happen to shock him, which can very easily happen because you have to pay attention to a lot of shit while you are doing this fight. And at any point, if you shock him, sometimes that can reset his actual rotation meter, and then he'll just stand there, or he'll do really, really derp shit with his AI, and he'll start, like, moving to the left, moving to the right, repeating a rotation that he already just did, and it's just wasting you even more time. Now, when it comes to getting the score of, like, 20k, which is really the only thing that matters, it's really not that big of a deal. But when you're trying to kill it, any and all of those small mistakes can then result in you being very, very upset. But either way, you've pretty much got the gist of this. So we wait for the rotation to go through, and also you use any and all kind of stunners that are with you. Now, the reason why we have Trigger here is because this is her first debut of actually using her, and this is clearly not a mistake right there, where I completely missed the boss by a just fraction of a second because Trigger had to wait a moment to pull the trigger to actually shoot it. But even though that was a mistake, it ultimately probably helped me. The reason why is that ultimate does so much daze damage from it, it very well might have actually messed up the rotation of the boss. It has happened to me numerous times, but hey, we'll just say I was RNG manipulating the fight, and it totally wasn't a mistake on my part at all. But either way, this is pretty much the gist of what you're seeing. You'll go ahead, wait for him to do his rotations. You can also try to cancel out his jump with an ultimate attack, or you can try to shock it if you're feeling particularly ballsy. But any and all ultimates will really work because they have very, very high interrupt effects, like what you just saw with Nicole right there. Just use that, it'll go ahead and stun him, and then you just kind of continue on with the fight. Now, if you don't trigger anything like a shock, or his AI doesn't happen to derp the fuck out, then you should be able to get this fight easy peasy and be able to get the 5,000 performance points necessary that you need to do it. To do 5,000 performance points, you have to actually do the stun mechanic at least 6 times. It's a little bit ridiculous, but if you have a lot of stun and you have a lot of backup power going into it as well to just go through the rotations, it should be pretty simple. And hey, there's that fight. What could possibly be worse? This motherfucker. Okay. Notorious Pompey. I have heard people say, oh, it's not so bad. Oh, it's actually pretty easy. Nah, dog. Notorious Pompey with a stunner DPS setup is some of the most notorious shit that this game has ever fucking thrown at us. I have failed recording this fight at least well over 40 to even 50 times. The reason why is because this right here. Those 3 perfect assists are so random to get in the early stages of the fight that it is next to fucking impossible to get that shit to work out. Now, the reason why we need the stuns is because we're trying to do as much damage as humanly possible. And the big reason we're getting the damage that we need in is because when Lighter goes ahead and gets the stun off, then we should have the meter necessary to at least get 2 chain attacks from Evelyn as well as an ultimate on it while the boss is actually stunned. Now, the big reason why the stunning is important is because we also get assist points while we are doing it. If we do not have assist points, we are dead in the water and straight up fucked. That is the way in which this fight works. It really is baffling to me that they do not give you infinite assist points, which further just exemplifies my opinion that Notorious Pompey is the almighty final boss of free-to-play. Good luck fighting this and getting very, very premium scores with non-limited units, because I don't know how the fuck you do it. Because the way in which I believe you are supposed to do this fight is you're supposed to use Evelyn and Astra, and then you don't have a stunner with you. Because if you don't have a stunner with you, then you utilize Astra and Evelyn's natural ability to get assist points back because of the extra chain attacks that are occurring outside of a stun phase. And that ultimately just gives you more time to just go in and do shenanigans. Also, Astra is pants-shittingly broken, so you don't even really need a stun phase because of all the extra damage that you're doing from all the extra stats that Astra's giving. So that's where I say in the first Notorious Marionette fight, oh, because I don't have Astra with me, I am really, really gimping myself really hard for Notorious Pompey. Now, the way in which that this was able to work was, if you recall at the very beginning of this fight, which that is your only opportunity to really make it work. You have to manipulate the boss in enough of a way so that you can get a perfect assist off while there are AoE fields on the ground, or whenever he does his counter mechanic, when you block that, or you iframe through it so you don't take a damage hit, he'll do an attack you can't parry. Then after that, he has two choices. He will either hit you with an overhead, which you can parry with only one hit, or he'll do a side swipe. You want the side swipe. As far as I can tell, this is RNG. If he doesn't do it, fucking rip your run, start over. But basically, you just have to get him to do that. If he does the side swipe, then he will hit you with two different attacks that counts for one assist point used for a parry. And you should also be pushed into a field that's on the ground. That results in 3 parries. You don't get that at the start of the fight, fucking brick it, start over. And that's Notorious Pompey. Fuck this boss. Oh, and either way, boys and girls, that is Zenless Zone Zero Deadly Assault, the April edition. Woo! Not really much else to say at the moment, but like, hey, here's all my stats for all the characters that were used in this particular DA. I had a fairly wonderful time, except for fighting Notorious Pompey. I will probably never fight that boss the same way ever again. I think it is going to be relegated to Astra Evelyn from now on, because fuck that bullshit. Unless it is on dodge for performance points. If it is on dodge, that is actually probably one of the most fun fights in the entire fucking game. If you are graded on performance points for dodge, it's actually a ton of fun. Which then makes me go, hey, Zenless Zone Zero directors or coordinators or whoever the hell is the director for the game, what if we could do both? What if the performance points were for dodge and for defensive assist? Holy shit. That would actually be amazing. But, hey, I'm just some stupid whale, and I spend, like, thousands of dollars on the game, and I don't know shit. Those there whales that, like, don't actually have the skill, and they're just carried by their characters. Yeah, that's me, dog! But either way, that was my oh-so-wonderful Deadly Assault run. I hope you guys rather enjoyed it, and to those of you who may still be watching my channel, because I guess I'll go ahead and I'll give a quick update as well. If any of you are watching my channel in hopes that I'm going to ever come back to doing Epic 7 content, it's never going to happen. After that Origin preview that was showed off just a little while ago, after that, nah, dog, I'm done. I've uninstalled the game. I'm never coming back. I just have no confidence or faith in the developers for the game. But either way, if you are still around, I hope you do stick around. And if you guys liked it, please go ahead and leave me a like. If you did like it, please. If you want to stick around more, subscribe. Do whatever. Makes me feel good. Have a good one. Bye.